Welcome viewers to the Saturday, January 25th edition of 284 News. I am Jacques Wooding, bringing you our top stories from this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Senior Magistrate Tamia Richards has ruled no case to answer in the case against 6th District Representative Honorable Myron Walwyn and former public servant Lorna Stevens in relation to the Elmore Stout High School wall project. The ruling, delivered on Tuesday, effectively clears both Walwyn and Stevens of any wrongdoing in the high-profile case. The defendants have maintained their innocence since the charges were filed. The case stems from allegations surrounding the construction of a perimeter wall at the Elmore Stout High School. Walwyn was one of 3 individuals charged following a 2020 criminal investigation into the project. The other accused were Kelvin Thomas, 55, of Chalwell Estate, and Stevens, a former public officer. In 2021, a specialist investigative team was appointed to conduct a thorough review of the police investigation into the project. The charges brought against Walwyn and Stevens were part of fallout from that review. Meanwhile, at a press conference on Thursday, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley provided an update on progress on the Virgin Islands implementing the recommendations of the COI. He outlined the path towards governance reform and a process crucial to lifting the order in council that threatens to suspend the territory's constitution. He said that OT Minister Doughty highlighted several critical elements required for this decision on lifting the order in council.
You would recall that the Overseas Territories Minister, Stephen Doughty, visited the Virgin Islands from the 4th to the 6th of November 2024, primarily to meet the people of the Virgin Islands and make his own on-the-ground assessment of our progress in implementing the recommendations of the COI. The visit was a result of my visit to London in September 2024. During that visit, Minister Doughty outlined the process of reviewing the progress in implementing the COI recommendations for consideration of the lifting of the order in council, which is being held in reserve for the suspension of the Constitution of the Virgin Islands. He stated that the following items would be considered in the decision to lift the order: the final review by the Governor, a self-assessment by the Government of the Virgin Islands, assessments by FCDO officials of key areas, submissions from the public to the Governor.
Premier Wheatley confirmed that the Virgin Islands government has already presented Minister Doughty with a comprehensive governance reform transition plan, which outlines steps to ensure ongoing reforms and institutional improvements.
During the visit, the government presented the minister and his team with a governance reform transition plan. The plan facilitates a transition from the implementation of the recommendations of the COI to the ongoing governance reform, whereby government takes responsibility for continuous improvement and our government by building our governance institutions, systems, and processes.
Premier Wheatley also emphasized the importance of public understanding.
There is a massive amount of education and awareness building that is required, both internally to the government and within the wider community, for the value and benefits of the changes coming out of the COI to be fully beneficial to the people of the Virgin Islands. The Governance Reform Education and Awareness Transformation campaign has already started, and in the coming days and weeks, you'll be hearing from me, my ministers, members of the House of Assembly, permanent secretaries, heads of departments, technical officers, heads of statutory boards, the Governance Reform Delivery Manager, the Director of Communications and GIS. We plan to reach every member of the public and public service by every possible medium.
The Premier expressed gratitude for Minister Doughty's constructive engagement and reaffirmed the government's commitment to governance reform. In other news, the 2-day tourism summit, which concluded last week, has been hailed a success and a step in the right direction. Some 330 stakeholders joined in the summit, which featured local, regional, and international speakers. The first of its kind has been hailed by Junior Minister for Tourism, Honorable Luzhart Smith, as a catalyst for the industry.
I think that we had a very, very successful, to me, it was excellent. Our presenters really set the pace in terms of what they talked about, the topics that they talked about. Our participants, I mean, I was elated to see so many persons physically here on Peter Island.
Yes.
And also those online. I was told we had about 47 persons online.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. And just the interaction, the interest that maintained, and the fact that they came back for the second day, that was, to me, was a really good thing. And to show that there's lots of interest in our tourism industry, our tourism product itself. And one of the key things that I mentioned, they'll have to listen to us when we do the reporting, or when we put this back out, maybe online. In my wrap-up, I just talked about a couple of key points, and one of them was the fact that the industry wants to be consulted more, and they want to collaborate.
Mrs. Sharon Flax-Brutus of the BVI Hotel and Tourism Association recapped the event, speaking on what needs to be done next.
I think the summit was precedent-setting. We shared a lot of ideas. What I'd like us to do is to be able to move forward in a concrete way, so that we not only talk, but we plan and we execute, so that at the next summit, because there has to be a next summit,
Correct.
then we can report on our successes. And again, collaboration. That's my key word for tourism.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism also outlined steps to follow the summit, including policy implementation and legislation.
Well, first and foremost, I think that the fact that we're going to have a policy, and there's been a statement in the House of Assembly made recently that we will have our policy formulated by the 30th of June.
Oh,
so our
30th
ministry,
of June.
yes, the 30th of June, and therefore that means that our ministry really has to gear up and have the necessary dialogue. The summit was a launch pad for that to happen, and I think the most important thing that people can appreciate is that we have the ability, and our approach is to be informed by the realities that people are facing. Our approach is one of listening, and our stance is incredibly informed by people and how they want to shape the future of tourism in the Virgin Islands.
Director and Deputy Director of the BVI Tourist Board, Mr. Clive McCoy and Natasha Chalwell, respectively, addressed the impact the summit is expected to have on the industry.
It was a fantastic 2 days. We had such a good cross-section of the industry that was absolutely key in ensuring that we get such a wide input. It was also good to see that we had regional partners here, we had airline partners, and we had international partners. Some of our team were online as well,
Yes.
so they were able to listen in and contribute. I think it was a good 2 days. It was very positive.
I think by all accounts, it seems to be very good. Mr. McCoy, you can now breathe a sigh of relief.
Yes.
Talk to me. Are your expectations met?
Yes, I thought these last 2 days have been. I thought these last 2 days were amazing. One of the key things with tourism is that it's not owned by the ministry or the Yachting Association or the BVI Tourist Board. It's something that's owned by the stakeholders and the people of the British Virgin Islands. So hearing what the people of the Virgin Islands have to say and the stakeholders have to say is what is going to lead us into the next generation of tourism and who we become. So this type of event is the type of event that allows us to get the opinions needed, get the conversation started about where we're going in tourism. And kudos to the ministry for leading the way and making it happen.
And with that, we take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Attention Anegada residents! Attention Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you. That's right. CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Wednesday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered. No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Wednesday starting October 16th and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Opposition leader Honorable Ronnie Skelton has challenged the government's celebration of record tourism numbers, arguing that the territory's high proportion of cruise ship visitors overshadows more economically significant overnight stays.
The government have announced the tourism numbers better than pre-2016 numbers, over a million visitors, but the majority, 75%, is from schools tourism, and another 300,000 is overnight guests. And we all know that the overnight guests leave a lot more direct revenue in the country than cruise tourism.
Skelton spoke during a press conference held concurrent with the government's inaugural tourism summit, an event he claimed that the opposition was largely excluded from attending. Skelton criticized the event's organization, noting that some opposition members received last-minute invitations just one day before the event, while others were not invited at all.
There is a major conference that is going on as we speak. As members of the opposition, we were not invited until the last second. So I know that's a question that is common, so I answer it. And we already had arrangements, and so we couldn't attend. So again, that's a mistake on the government part.
8th District Representative Marlon Penn raised additional concerns about the territory's readiness for increased tourism, citing neglected infrastructure maintenance.
Yes, we see an uptick in persons who are coming via cruise tourism and the direct flight, and we are happy that those things are happening, and we're happy that we're welcoming persons to our shores. But what are we welcoming into? We are unable to do basic maintenance of the roadways, basic maintenance of the bush and thing, and that we need to keep the country in a state of readiness or preparedness to welcome persons to our shores.
Meanwhile, the British Virgin Islands Cancer Society has unveiled an ambitious 2025 agenda centered on cancer prevention, with a major focus on banning the controversial chemical red dye number 3. Found in many foods, medications, and cosmetics, the dye has been linked to cancer risk in various studies, prompting growing concern among health experts. While the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has banned red dye number 3 in cosmetics, it remains permitted in food products. As part of its campaign, the Cancer Society has launched a petition on change.org to raise awareness and gather support for a ban on red dye number 3. The organization plans to visit schools, partner with community groups, and engage in widespread public education to spread the word. Once the petition garners sufficient signatures, the BVI Cancer Society intends to lobby lawmakers for policy changes, aiming to enact a full ban on the dye in the Virgin Islands. In other news, Minister for Education, Youth and Sports Affairs, Honorable Sherry De Castro, has announced that the annual National Science Fair will take place from March 12th to 14th at the Multipurpose Sports Complex. The fair will feature interactive displays and hands-on experiments, allowing students to tackle real-world challenges in real time.
Attention innovators and curious minds of the Virgin Islands, the countdown is officially on for one of the most exciting events on our calendar, the National Science and Innovation Fair 2025. From 12 to 14 March 2025, the Multipurpose Sports Complex will transform into a hub of imagination, discovery, and awe-inspiring ideas. Our brilliant students from across the territory are gearing up to showcase their creativity, ingenuity, and groundbreaking projects. And I promise you don't want to miss this. Last year was phenomenal, and it wouldn't have been possible without the support of our incredible sponsors. A huge thank you to 7 Seas, Guana Fund, Oilnut Bay, Banco Popular, Republic Bank, Harneys, BVI Social Security Board, and Unite BVI for partnering with the Ministry of Education. Your partnership has been the driving force behind igniting curiosity and fostering innovation in our students.
Last year's event saw 199 projects from students territory-wide. In 2023, the Ministry of Education adopted STEAM-infused approaches to science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics in the curriculum. This interdisciplinary focus encourages creativity and critical thinking, equipping students with tools to thrive in a technology-driven future.
This year, we're turning up the energy and raising the bar. Imagine walking into a space buzzing with young minds solving real-world problems, interactive displays, hands-on experiments, and so much more. This is the future of the Virgin Islands in action. So, mark your calendars, spread the word, and join us as we celebrate the power of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, all in one place. Let's make the 2025 Science Fair bigger, better, and more unforgettable than ever. We look forward to seeing you there.
The upcoming fair aims to build on the success of previous years, inspiring the next generation of innovators in the Virgin Islands. And with that, we take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Attention Anegada residents! Attention Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you! That's right! CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Wednesday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered! No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Wednesday starting October 16th and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada!
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 7. Introducing Travi Rose, Creative Director. Alex Lake, Businessman. Sean Black, Cinematographer. Dakari Wheatley Adams, Content Creator. Donandre Millwood, Educator and Musician. Hashim Dream, Entertainer. James Todman Sr., Contractor. Dr. Albert Tompkins, Psychotherapist. Walter Barrett, Author. Rakim Todman, Producer and Engineer. Kamal Letson, Photographer. Roosevelt Smith III, Sales Manager and Hospitality Professional. Leland Abraham, IT Technician and Cybersecurity Analyst. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman Season 7, coming January 29th at 8 p.m. exclusively on 284 Media. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redefine yourself through the stories of real-life heroes. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman Season 7, Raising a Generation of Greatness. Voted Top 35 Gentleman Podcast Worldwide by FeedSpot and BI Icon Award winner.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. Athletes from the British Virgin Islands are making their mark across the United States Collegiate track and field circuit, delivering strong performances in various events and representing their schools with distinction. Competing at the Chelsea Hennicus 2025 indoor track meet, Tyrese James delivered standout performances, winning both the 60-meter dash and 200 meters. At the Thane Baker Invitational, Wayne Bell sprinted to an impressive second-place finish in the men's 60 meters, clocking a time of 6.74 seconds. Meanwhile, Kenyatta Great showcased her speed at the 200 meters at the 2025 Graduate Classic, finishing third with a time of 24.68 seconds. Representing the University of Texas at El Paso, Joshua Hill competed in the 600-yard run at the Corky Classic, finishing second in his heat and 15th overall with a time of 1:11.23. Hill's time secured him the third spot at UTEP's all-time indoor rankings for the 600-yard event. Kaiba Dawson, representing Texas A&M, leaped 7.34 meters to claim fifth place in the finals of the men's long jump. Meanwhile, at the 2025 Graduate Classic, sophomore Diamone Thomas opened her season competing in the 60-meter dash. Thomas clocked a time of 8.15 seconds in Heat 2. Also in the world of sports, the Warriors Football Club showcased an explosive offensive display, cruising to a commanding 5-0 victory over Avengers FC in just under 23 minutes of play at the Greenland Stadium in Eastern Tortola this past Sunday. More in this report.
The win, marked by clinical finishing and precise teamwork, saw the Warriors Football Club maintaining a 3-point cushion at the top of the league table, now sitting on 26 points. Avengers FC, still winless, struggled with a depleted squad, further exacerbating their challenging season. The Warriors set the tone early, dismantling the Avengers' defense with rapid-fire goals. Ciaran Johnston and Kieran Bong were the standout performers, each netting a brace in quick succession. Charlie Potjeter capped off the emphatic win with a well-timed strike in the 20th minute. The match, while thrilling for Warriors supporters, was marred by injuries and a shortage of players on the Avengers team, underscoring the stark contrast between the two sides. Here's a look at those highlights.
And it's goal! And it's another goal! Phil, get way to the goal. Goalkeeper now right off, and it's another goal. 20, number 20. Put the ball on the inside to number 16. Number 16, wheel and deal, and goal! Referee LJ and Chesney. Kenisha. And it's a clear getaway. And it's another one. That's fine.
In the day's second game at Greenland, Antonio Rodney stole the show with a remarkable hat trick to lead Islanders FC to a 3-1 victory over Sugar Boys FC. Rodney, who is now the joint top scorer in the league with 15 goals, struck in the 6th, 67th, and 69th minutes. Sugar Boys' Roland Roberts briefly reignited hope for his side, finding the net in the 41st minute, but Rodney's clinical finishing ultimately sealed the Islanders' triumph. Take a look.
Hey, that's Tech 9. Tech 9 going up the flank. Knocked it inside, fine skimmer. Good building up here by the Sugar Boys. Nancy knocked it back to Tech 9. Tech 9 is in the box. Tech 9 have one player to go around and do so. The shot, it's a goal! Number 12 trying to get around to Shala. Get it, and nice Shala puts it across. This, oh my goodness, punt. Bumble it, and heavy tackle comes in. The keeper is there, and it's a goal! Oh! It was rather dangerous. As the ball pushed out once more, this one could be more problems. This one could be more trouble. Shala, it's a goal! Shala hit in the net one.
Saturday's fixtures at Greenland delivered late drama as Nigel Sanderson converted a stoppage time penalty to lift Panthers FC to a 2-1 victory against Lionheart FC. Sanderson, who also opened the scoring in the 60th minute, demonstrated why he is tied with Rodney as the league's leading scorer. Tyrone Buddha's 73rd minute equalizer for Lionheart FC, also from the penalty spot, had appeared to set the stage for a hard-fought draw, but Sanderson's composure under pressure ensured all 3 points for the Panthers.
5, Cheche join them, and the ball comes. She's in the back of the net. It's a goal! Good play in here. We know why he's a goal scorer, a goal leading scorer of the tournament. And shouting, but Lionheart trying to do their thing, trying to get out. Oh my goodness, what a good ball here! Oh, as could be trouble here, and oh my goodness, it's here. We know what he capable of. Makanaki knocked it into the goal, and it's a goal! It's a goal! It's in the back of the net, and yeah, we are even Steven here, the number 10 player. One drop, one can get it to number 7. This one could be trouble. Keeper comes out, and it could be problem. This, oh my goodness! Keeper pull down the number in the ball. Whistle goes. Keeper moving from one into the next. And it's in the back of the net. It's a goal!
Meanwhile, over at the Virgin Gorda Recreation Ground, second-placed Virgin Gorda United kept up the pressure on league leaders Wolves with a convincing 3-0 win over Old Madrid FC. The victory brings their tally to 23 points as they remain within striking distance of the summit. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com, on our WhatsApp channel, and on Facebook at 284media, as well as 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jacko Whitting, and I'm hoping you have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye.